But I'm hoping we do get a chance to find out. I have a waste management thing coming out there, so I don't know whether it's something to do with like Leeds City Council waste management. It does look like a fairly new building, fairly tidy. Security cameras covering this side. Looks like there's some work going on the roof, so we might get to see that with a bit of drone action, the work that's going on up there. We've got the Leeds City Council cars there. And a beautiful mural along the actual windows and whatnot. Like bike sheds and stuff like that, and then all the vehicles at the back. So yeah, I'm not actually quite sure what they do at Leeds City Council. Well, I know what they do at Leeds City Council, but not Newmarket House. And obviously it's saying up there that CCTV's in operation. They do have some CCTV cameras. I'd rather not get into that. I'm just.
Well, I'm asking you because you're on private land filming our private property.
Alright, no, well, I'm just going to stay in public. I'm not actually going to go on now. You know what I mean? Just yeah, I know, but
I'd like to know what you filmed, please.
Oh, I'll just be. Yeah, I just need to get some footage, basically.
Where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter. I'm not.
It does, because I'm asking you. Why are you being evasive?
I'm not being evasive.
You're not answering the question. It's a very civilised question. So you've come in with filming equipment and filmed private vehicles and property. It's pretty reasonable for you to ask who you are and what you're filming for.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna get into that.
Now, are you?
I'm not gonna get into that. I'm literally just got to get.
I'm asking you. You're not filming me now, are you? You need to tell me if you are.
I don't need to. You've just walked up to me. I'm literally doing a. I'm doing a video.
Up to me because you've come onto our property and filmed it.
I'm doing a video about Newmarket House.
Yeah, but who are you?
I'm not willing to say.
Well, I'm not going to answer the question then unless you tell me who you are. That's perfectly reasonable, isn't it?
Yeah,
Don't you think that's reasonable?
Well, I'll tell you what I've come here to do today. I've just come here to do to get some footage. I need some footage.
Why have you got a mask on?
Because I want to. There's no law against it.
You're hiding your identity, are you?
Not really, no.
Well, you are. Whether intentionally or not, you're hiding your identity by wearing a mask.
Well, what about
That's
COVID?
how I perceive it.
Yeah, what about COVID? But anyway, what I'm going to say is, I've come to fly my.
All right, folks, buckle up. Here we are at Newmarket House, a seemingly ordinary city council building. But don't be fooled. Today, we're about to witness a textbook clash of authority, anonymity, and drone law. On one side, you've got a council security officer armed with protocols and a sense of duty, and on the other, an auditor, calm, methodical, and fully aware of his rights. It's a classic confrontation, public oversight versus private property control. Over the next few minutes, tensions flare, identities are questioned, and things almost spiral into accusations of terrorism. So grab your popcorn, because what looks like a simple visit to a city building is anything but, and by the end, you might be questioning who really has the upper hand.
I can. What makes you say that?
You can't in private property. You can't fly your drones over property and see what people are doing.
Why can't you?
Because you can't. You're not allowed.
Not allowed.
It's the law.
What law does it go on then? You just said it's the law. Go on. What law is that
I'm
then?
not going to quote the law to you, but it's obvious it's the law. You can't fly drones over properties without permission.
Yes, you can.
You can't.
Yes, you can. Why? You've got to explain to me. Obviously, if you're saying there's a law against it.
I'll explain to you when you give the civil response to who you are and why you're filming.
I'll explain to you. I can fly over there for definite. It is legal for me to fly my drone over there. It's not a problem. I've just come today to get the footage that I need. Then I'm going to be gone. I'll only be about 20 minutes.
Right,
There's some stuff around back.
I'm telling you now, you do not have our permission unless you tell me who you are to film on our property or above our property or any of the private people or vehicles in the place without our permission, which I'm quite happy to give you if you tell me who you are and what you want to use it for.
No, I don't.
I've nothing to hide, but I think it's perfectly reasonable for us to understand when a stranger walks into our secure property with filming with a mask on. You have to understand how that...
Notice how quickly this interaction escalates. The auditor is standing on public land, perfectly within his rights, but the security guard immediately demands identification. This is a common friction point, the assumption that filming automatically equals suspicious activity. Watch the tone shift from polite to confrontational in seconds. The guard is framing a standard audit as a potential threat, introducing the seeds of conflict. It's fascinating because it shows the psychology of authority. When people feel they need to protect property, even the most mundane actions can become a security drama. And you, the audience, have to ask yourself, how would you react if someone filmed your workplace?
Grow up.
I'm sorry, but if you don't give us the answers, I'm going to have to phone the police.
Phone the police then?
All right, I will do. Okay? I've given you fair warning and opportunity to tell us who you are, what the purpose of your filming is, and to come and sit down if you want to us and make that request to us. I'm perfectly happy to consider and allow you to do and explain what we do and have you game access. Just explain what you are here to do and what for.
The whole thing is though, I don't need to explain myself, do I really?
You do if you want our permission.
You think I do, I don't need to. I've come here today just to have a little look at the building. I'm going to fly over with my drone, I'm going to get all the footage that I need, I'm just going to disappear.
You can make answers, but I'm telling you now, as far as I'm concerned, you do not have the permission to do that, and I will report that to the police. Okay?
What? You've got to report crimes. You've got to report crimes.
That's up to the police to make a decision on, but I'm telling you what I intend to do.
What crime are you going to report to the police?
I'm telling you what I'm going to do.
Yeah. You're not making too much sense, to be honest.
I'm making perfect sense. Do you tell me what you don't understand, right? You've come on our property, I don't know who you are, you've got a mask on, concealing who you are. You've got to understand from a security viewpoint, as a public service building, we have security threats that could be people that are casing our joint for stealing vehicles, stealing fuel, or stealing within the property. You could be.
Now here's where things really get juicy. The auditor mentions his mask and drone, and suddenly, what was a routine filming request becomes a high-stakes standoff. The guard instantly equates anonymity with deception, and in his mind, that's enough to trigger alarm bells. But here's the kicker. In the UK, wearing a mask and filming a building isn't illegal. The guard's reaction is an emotional response, not a legal one. This moment perfectly illustrates the clash between perceived threat and actual law, and it sets up the drama that will dominate the next several minutes. Asterisk.
I just came over just to have a little look. Stay out of the property. Go on guys, don't waste your time out here. Go on, you're probably busy, aren't you? Get back in, go on.
It's alright, we're busy making sure that the place is secure.
Yeah.
All you've done is make us even more nervous about your intentions of what you are and what you're trying to do. I don't understand why you would hide who you are and what you're wanting to do.
Well, I'm literally passing. I've just told you what I'm doing.
You're not literally passing, are you? You've got 4K, whatever it's called, GoPro things on. You've got, I've asked you a few times whether you're filming and I'll ask you not to, and you're still not replying to that. So you clearly are.
Yeah, but what makes you, right, you've got this sense of grandeur that I have to answer your questions in public.
Because you rented our property and it's a security risk.
I'm stood in public, I don't have to answer any of your questions.
Before, though. You've walked around our property and filmed it. Okay, well I'm giving you warning that I will phone the police, okay? And I'm asking you in a nice civil way to just explain who you are and what your purpose is. And if you want permission, I'm very happy to sit down and show you what we do.
The classic drone showdown. The guard insists flying over the property is illegal, but that's not how the Civil Aviation Authority works. In reality, as long as the pilot follows the drone code, airspace above private property can be legally surveyed. The auditor knows this, and it's clear he's sticking to the rules. But notice the guard's strategy. Blur the lines between civil law and property rights to intimidate. It's a textbook example of misunderstanding legal boundaries, and it raises a bigger question. When does legitimate security concern cross into overreach?
You tell me who you
That's
are,
the sound of the police.
what your purpose is. Are you listening? Okay, these guys know, no?
No, he's under the police badge, basically. He's an undercover copper.
Is it? Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police.
Yeah, a bit of situation.
What is it? Is he coming back or what's he?
I'm not going to tell you anything, I don't know who you are.
Alright, see you later guys, go on. Off you go. So, a guy in a BMW, a blue BMW that's just going to the Euro car park pulled up to speak to him. Purposely didn't film him because he weren't part of the melee or whatever. That's the two guys getting out over there in the distance. And it turns out that they're undercover police. That's what it says. That's what he just told me. The undercover police pulled up to speak to him. Right guys, we've got that blue BMW, right? It came out of the Euro car parts, the undercover police that said that we're undercover police. And he literally went over to speak to him. And he's coming out of the car park now, so these guys apparently are undercover police. Guy in a blue BMW watching me now. He's been sat there for a while, that guy. Not in there in these days with COVID and whatnot. Yeah.
It's not gonna do anything for you.
Don't matter, does it?
Oh yeah, it doesn't make any sense for you.
I'm gonna have to land this while you're talking to me because I don't want to crash it. You know what I mean? So let me just land this.
Why are you flying?
Sorry, what are you saying?
Why are you flying this thing here?
What do you mean? Why am I flying my drone here?
Yeah.
Because I've decided to do it today.
But this is not. This is a private property.
It don't matter, does it?
Yeah. Do you have permission to fly that?
Do I have permission? I don't
Yeah.
need permission to fly my drone.
You need permission to fly a drone according to the air regulations.
What
What's the
regulations are those? Could you tell me?
Yeah, the drone flying regulations. What's the
Drone
the
fly
register
regulations. The what?
number? The registration number for the drone.
It don't have a registration number.
Then you're flying it illegally.
No,
You need
no.
to register a drone to fly it.
No, listen,
by
you're talking
law.
to an expert in drone law here.
Well, tell me.
Right.
Tell me.
I've got an operator ID on the top of this drone.
Right.
It's an operator ID, it's not a license, yeah?
Okay.
And basically I'm just flying legally. It's a 249 gram drone.
Even when you go to private properties.
Restrictions.
You've got height restrictions, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's 120 metres. 120 metres is the height
You
restriction.
haven't gone up that.
I haven't gone up that far, no. I won't go over 120 metres.
No, because you will lose track of the.
Yeah, you would lose sight of it, and you're supposed to. You've got to keep visual line of sight of the drone, and that includes being able to tell which way it's oriented.
Yeah.
So I've got to be able to tell what way this drone's facing. So from here, flying to your building and back, I'd be able to see this perfectly. I can see it perfectly. I've just tried it. Just so I can see which way it's pointing and everything. You're losing a battle here because you're talking to a
What
drone.
battle? I know
Well, I
battle.
mean,
I'm just asking
yeah,
you,
but
I'm just
no, that's
curious.
cool. But I
What's to
mean,
say you
you know,
couldn't tie explosives around that and drop it on the building?
what, tie explosives around this and drop it off the building?
Yeah, drop it onto the building.
All right. Well,
There's nothing, is there? You could actually tie explosives around that and put it onto the building.
I could tie
So it's a
explosives.
terrorist risk, basically, yeah.
You mean like what happened at Kremlin overnight?
And here comes the big guns. Literally, the word terrorist gets thrown into the mix. The auditor is accused of being a security risk, potentially even a terrorist, all because he's wearing a mask. It's a dramatic escalation, a classic defensive tactic that leverages fear. Notice how the guard uses extreme hypotheticals to justify a simple request for ID. This is psychological warfare in its simplest form. Create doubt, escalate tension, and pressure compliance. For viewers, it's fascinating and infuriating to watch the manipulation of fear to control a completely lawful